Imagine having so much money. You didn't know where to put it. So much cash that you stored it in warehouses, in fields, hidden inside walls. So much money that rats ate millions of dollars every year, and you barely noticed. Cited Turn 41 search. This man once offered to pay off his entire country's national debt. Cited Turn 41 search. He built his own private zoo, his own luxury prison, his own empire. At his peak, his cartel earned an estimated $420 million now, every single week. Cited Turn 41 search 28. His name was Pablo Escobar, and he became one of the wealthiest criminals in human history. Cited Turn 41 search 29. Welcome back to Wisdom Chronicles, where we uncover the world's most disturbing, untold mysteries. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because tonight's story is about power, money, and blood. The rise and fall of the king of cocaine. Every word of it is true. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was born on December 1st, 1949, in Rionegro, Colombia. He grew up in a modest family, his father a farmer, his mother a schoolteacher, one of 7 children raised in poverty. But young Pablo had a burning ambition. He once dreamed of becoming the president of Colombia. Instead, his path took a much darker turn. He started small, reselling stolen items, selling fake lottery tickets, smuggling cigarettes, and stealing cars. But these petty crimes were just the beginning, because Pablo Escobar had discovered something that would soon make him unimaginably rich: cocaine. In 1976, Escobar founded what would become one of the most infamous criminal organizations in history, the Medellín Cartel. He established smuggling routes from Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador through Colombia and into the United States. Demand exploded. By the 1980s, Escobar was shipping an estimated 70 to 80 tons of cocaine into the US every single month. At its peak, his cartel controlled up to 80% of the world's cocaine trade. The money became almost impossible to comprehend. An estimated net worth of around 25 billion, some estimates even higher. He owned a 7,000-acre estate called Hacienda Nápoles, complete with artificial lakes, dinosaur statues, an airstrip, and a private zoo with giraffes, elephants, and hippos. Pablo Escobar wasn't just a criminal. He had become richer than entire nations. But here's what made Escobar so dangerous. To the world, he was a ruthless drug lord, but to many poor Colombians, he was a hero. He built houses, football pitches, and funded community projects in impoverished neighborhoods. Some people called him Paisa Robin Hood. In 1982, he was even elected as an alternate member of Colombia's Chamber of Representatives. But behind the charity was terror. Escobar used bribery and violence on a massive scale, targeting rival traffickers, police, judges, and politicians. He was believed to be behind horrific bombings and countless assassinations. His motto revealed his greatest fear: better a grave in Colombia than a cell in the United States. Because more than anything, Escobar feared extradition. By 1991, the pressure was closing in. So Escobar made an extraordinary deal. He would surrender, but only on his own terms. He would serve his sentence in a prison he designed and built himself. They called it La Catedral, but it was no ordinary prison. It had a football pitch, a bar, a jacuzzi, a waterfall, and even a giant dollhouse. People nicknamed it Hotel Escobar. He handpicked his own guards. He even installed a telescope so he could watch his family's home in the city below. From inside this luxury fortress, Escobar continued running his cartel, receiving over 300 unauthorized guests. The prison wasn't built to keep him in. It was built to keep his enemies out. The arrangement collapsed in July 1992. Reports emerged that Escobar had tortured and murdered 2 of his own men inside La Catedral. The government could no longer look away. They ordered him transferred to a regular prison. Escobar refused. And when the army surrounded La Catedral, he was already gone. He had built a secret escape route into the walls, a section mortared with weak concrete that could be kicked open from the inside. He simply walked out into the night. What followed was a massive 16-month manhunt. A 600-man unit called Search Block, trained by US forces, hunted him relentlessly. And he had other enemies too, a vigilante group called Los Pepes, who targeted his associates and family. The empire was crumbling. By late 1993, Escobar had lost almost everything: his power, his men, his protection. On December 1st, 1993, he celebrated his 44th birthday. The very next day, his hideout in Medellín was finally discovered. Authorities had traced him through a phone call to his family. As he tried to flee across the rooftops, gunfire erupted. Pablo Escobar was shot and killed on December 2nd, 1993. The king of cocaine was dead. And yet, even in death, he remained a legend, revered by some, despised by many, remembered by all. One man, $25 billion, an empire built on cocaine, charity, and blood. Pablo Escobar became so powerful that he challenged an entire government, so rich that he couldn't spend it all, so feared that his name still echoes decades later. But in the end, no fortune could buy him what he wanted most: freedom. Because the truth about empires built on blood is simple: they always fall. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Wisdom Chronicles, because the most unbelievable stories are the ones that are true.